Well, it's been 12 years since Baby Bling, trained by Belinda McCarthy, driven to perfection by Matt Rue, greeted the judge in the Miracle Mile. Well, there's more Baby Bling in the life of Matt Rue, who joins me. Got to catch up with you, Matty. Can you believe 12 years have passed since Baby Bling greeted the judge in the Miracle Mile?
Yeah, it's gone quick, Mike. Yeah, it's crazy, really, but yeah, it's a good memory to still have, and yeah, it's not too often. You don't go too many days without something reminding you of it. That's for sure. Yeah.
A beautiful run right from the outset. 3 pegs, then you was able to move into the 1-1 just on the point of the home turn. At the 300 metre mark, you had them covered. How'd you feel?
It was a good feeling because there were so many tired horses around me, and I was able to get off onto the stablemate's back, XL Stride, and he was already under pressure at the time too, and it was a surreal feeling because I knew I had plenty of horse left and everything around me didn't, and really, yeah, only something untoward happening from them was going to get me beat, but I still had to sort of pull myself together a bit and make sure I didn't peel out too early because I didn't want her to feel the pinch with sort of 100 to go either, so I just sort of had to count to 10, so to speak, and wait as long as I could, and I think I only got to 7, but...
Terror to Love made a late surge, but you always had the race well and truly in your keeping. How did you remain so cool, calm and collected?
Oh, I didn't really. Last 100 I was carrying on like a bit of a pelican there, but no, it's sort of, I don't know, I guess it was just, you know, let's face it, it wasn't expected to happen. It was her day in the sun and mine in a way too. I guess it just, everything worked out, and I think going into it with no pressure on me helped sort of handle the situation too, because it weren't going out there thinking you were going to win it or worrying about this, that and the other. The way that she was driven was the only way to drive her, so things fell into place and it happened to work out on the day. But yeah, when I could hear a horse coming down the outside and didn't know who it was, and I just out of the corner of my eye I seen there's red bandages coming, and I knew it was Terror to Love, and I remember literally thinking right there and then, I thought, you haven't gone good on Australian soil yet, like don't be today that you turn up, you know what I mean? And lucky he just sort of, well, he wouldn't have caught me anyway, but he got out late enough where he couldn't grab me, so yeah.
As I mentioned, more Baby Bling. Congratulations to you and your partner, the lovely Maddie Young. Recently became parents for the first time. Congratulations, Maddie.
Yeah, thanks very much. It's yeah, talk about one you know, career highlight, but then another a life highlight. You know, it's completely different, and it's amazing really, and Maddie's just incredible with her. That's probably the best part of it, just to see how close they both are and that. And I'm not on Rosie's radar much at the minute, to be honest. She's all about mum and she does so much with her, but it's awesome too, working from home, you know, just any time you want to just go in and see them, and you get home from the races and that, usually she's up having a feed and that too, so you get to see her again, and it's incredible. Like, you see your family members and your friends and that over the years having, they all say how good it is, but you don't know until it's your own. It's crazy, yeah.
And Matt, even when you might have a bad day at the office, you go home and there's Rosie with Maddie. It gives you that kick again once.
Yeah, that's for sure. It puts it into perspective what a bad day, you know, at work can be, and you get home and to see them, it's who cares, you know what I mean? But you know, you got to face together the next day, but you get to see them the next day too. So
more pressure on you to drive and train a lot more winners now with the price of nappies.
Yeah, that's right. They don't stop either.
You've had a wonderful career, Matt. Of course, that established partnership you had with Belinda, and of course learning from Luke as well, certainly set you on the right path.
Yeah, it did. My days there were, you know, invaluable really, like getting to work with the horses we did, and not only them, the team we had there was incredible too. Lifelong friends. Like, I was a great friend of Aaron Williams. We actually got me the job there, but to this day we still are, and he does a lot of breaking in and pre-training. For me, like, we still work together these days, and it's lifelong friendships and memories that you never forget. But it was a good time being there, and yeah, certainly learned a lot, and it was a great place to work with too. You know, the facilities are great and that, and it's good to see different things.
You made the move to Bathurst. You were there for 10 years, but now you've established yourself in a brand new setup.
Yeah, so me and Maddie bought a place in Caniundra, which is where I grew up. It's about an hour and a quarter from Bathurst. Been trying to buy a place there for years, and nothing what I needed would pop up, and you know, this has happened to come up, and I really did love living there as a kid, and I think it's a great spot to grow your family up, so that had a lot to do with it too. But yeah, we're getting there. It's been a grind. Like, it was a flat deck, 48 acres of house and not much else, so Well, the track was put in obviously before the horses moved there, so the horses have been there about 8 or 9 months now, but the stables are about 2/3 the way done, so that's going to be a big relief when they're finished. Yeah, save a lot of work too.
So it's a new development still in progress, but you must be delighted by the fact that you're putting your own stamp on this particular property.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of thought's gone into it and a lot of hard work too from a lot of other people, and a fair few different tradesmen around town are pitched in, but a huge thanks to a guy called Malcolm Miller. He's sort of just a knock-around bloke around town. He's got a full-time job and that, but at any time he can get out to help with the stables, and he sort of helped design it a lot and that too, and he's had a lot to do with it, but I can't thank him enough for what he's doing. Yeah.
So how many horses have you in work, and how many would you like to have in work once the property's all complete?
There's 24 there at the moment. Around that number's good, give or take a bit on that. We could do 30 comfortable, which is, at the moment that'd be too many just because there's so much going on, but within a month or so we could handle 30 comfortable, but I don't really want to get too much over that. It gets a bit hard after that, yeah.
You recently transferred one of your stable stars, if not your stable star, that very talented man Boulevard of Dreams, to Luke.
Yeah, that's right. It was sort of my decision to do it, a bit unselfish in a way. I'd love to have her. She's the best horse I had, but she is a city class horse with a few small issues, nothing bad at this stage, but with Luke's facilities and things like that and the no travel, I felt it was best for her to come down here sooner rather than later. But I'll still get a huge kick out of seeing her win down here. Like, we've had her since a baby. We broke her in and developed her through and being quite patient with her, so to see her win down here is still going to be quite rewarding, and their owners have been sensational to me, and we still talk most weeks now, and she hasn't had a win down here yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if she wins 3 or 4 quickly, so.
Wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't greet the judge in the last tonight.
I think so.
You've got a very talented performer in Blake Medlin working with you.
Yeah, Blake's a very hard worker and extremely dedicated. And his driving's come along in leaps and bounds the last 12 months, so you can put him on any horse you got. He's a very safe driver and he's learning so much along the way, and I've been friends with his father for years. That's how the connection sort of started, and his father Kevin's one of the best blokes you'll ever meet, and it comes out in Blake too, so he's going great.
Matt, you already mentioned the influence Luke's had on your career and continues to have on your career, but your dad Ken and also Bernie Hewitt have also been a big plus.
Yeah, that's right. I think I've said a lot of times over the years, what Dad taught me early about driving was invaluable for a bloke who never drove much himself. He did have drives, but not a lot. But the knowledge he taught me about driving, you'd swear it come from someone who was extremely successful at it. And to this day, there's still things that happen in a race and it all go back to that, you know what I mean? So that was invaluable. And yeah, obviously Bernie, when I moved from Canowindra down to there, I was, doing decent things already, but Bernie took me to a new level again. It's just sort of, all facets of horsemanship all around, but especially the driving. He took me from a driver sort of sitting back in the field and waiting for the opportunities, which is good, because a lot of the time you're only on them kind of horses, but he sort of taught me to go and win a race when you're in a position where you might not be able to, and get up there and get involved a bit. So that took me to another level again, and yeah, sometimes that can be the end of you too.
Well, you've got 3 runners going around at the Bathurst meeting on Wednesday. In the second and recent to party, 24 starts at Bathurst, yet to greet the judge, but 5 placings, led throughout the win at Dubbo, 2 starts back, and coming off a very solid third behind Excess Vitality last week. Yeah,
he's been going really well. It surprised me he's had that many starts there actually, but he went super there last week, as you said, and he's stepping up to the 2200 this week. I think it'll suit him, though you never know, because it can be a tough distance on him, but he does seem to lack a bit of high speed, and he enjoys that distance on the smaller track, so interesting to see how he is there Wednesday. But I think Excess Vitality is probably the hardest horse to beat again, but I think I'll be a bit closer to him in the run this week, so hopefully we can turn the tables, but he won't be far away.
Over to race 5, nicely drawn in gate 2, ideal timing. Very consistent. The only problem here, Matt, you're up against 7 Turnbulls.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, maybe that might create some speed. They all get there fighting against one another. It might suit me. But anyway, no, he's a lovely horse. He's probably the next, decent horse coming through. Like Boulevard of Dreams was the best one, but he's probably right up her alley. So very high speed horse. Has only had the 2 runs back, and they've been really good, and expecting a real good show for him there Wednesday. But the one's going to be hard to beat there too. he's chiming. Got the nice gate there again, and I'd say he'll lead, and he's going really good that horse. So to beat him might be tough, but he'll be getting home hard again, yeah.
Tricky draw in race 6, the second row, rocking down off the second row, but form's pretty sound.
Yeah, she's been going well, and it's probably a good draw for her, really. Already got a spot there without doing work. If they get along a bit through the first half of the race, she's definitely a chance of getting home. She hasn't had a run for about 3-4 weeks now, but she'll, you know, you can never go in super confident with her, but she's never far away either. Lovely old mare to have around.
Maddie, once again, congratulations to you and Maddie, and no doubt when the warmer weather rolls around, Rosie will be out there seeing Dad in action.
Yeah, I have to get a mini trotter before long, I'd say.
Well done, Matt. Thanks very much, mate.
Thanks very much.